Alright, so it's been quite slow for me. I haven't made a video games pickup for a very long time. I have my WWE action figure that I go on hunts once in a while, but really I haven't really found anything. So today I've decided that for my subscribers I'd make a video showing my collection from my NES games. So without further ado, here I go. The games that I have in my collection are the following. Captain Planet. When I was very young, this is before my time, but this was a cartoon. My brother and I once saw this at a yard sale, this figure, so my brother bought it years ago, but he broke his foot the first day. So, tells you how good toys were in the early 90s. Sword Serpents. Some of these NES titles, I really like the pictures that the artwork that they have on the cartridges. The next game I have is Superman. Bart Simpson's Bart versus the Space Mutants. Next game I have is Bases Loaded. Next game I have is Destiny of the Empire. I don't even remember getting this. I think I got this a long time ago from this one store that was overly priced, but I would just trade away my junky games and I'd get something. So I've never played that game. Donkey Kong Classic. Always fun. Star Tropics. A game I don't know why it ever existed if you can't pass it. This is a super hard game. Ghosts and Ghouls, Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Ghouls is the other one. Next game is Terminator 2. I remember years ago, this was a game a buddy of mine played. He told me I should buy it, so it had great artwork, so I decided that I'd buy it. Tiger Hell. Cool thing is that I got the manual for it. River City Ransom. Metroid. Iron Sword. Crash and Boys Street Challenge. Next game is Puss in Boots. What a game. Dragon Power. Not the funnest game out there, but a strange one. Alright, the next game I have is Mickey Mouse. So this is another Mickey Mouse game. I haven't played this one. A lot of my NES titles, like I've played a bunch of them, but a ton of them I haven't played. That was one of them. A lot of my titles I got at yard sales a long time ago, or off Letgo when it was around. So I got good deals. Legends of Zelda. I hated this game. I wasn't a big fan. I was a huge fan of the first Legends of Zelda right here. Next game I have is Battletoads. Really hard game. Haven't passed this, but boy, this game is fun. Yoshi's Cookies. This game is a pretty uncommon game for me. It took me forever to find, but this was Batman Returns. Obviously, it is not at the caliber of Batman Returns for the Super NES, but is a fun game. Roger Rabbit, Double Dragon 2, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, a fun game, Smash TVs. So if you haven't played this one, play this one. This is a good game. Google it, YouTube it, check out the gameplay of this. I highly recommend this game. My least favorite Mario ever was Super Mario Bros. 2. Just it was not my type of game. A very fun and addicting game was Super Mario Bros. 3. This is the regular Super Mario, and then the classic Super Mario and Duck Hunt. People have hundreds and thousands of copies of this game, but it's a good game. Like, it's a good game. Next game is Twin Eagles. A super hard game, but fun. I traded this years ago, a few years back. Traded a bunch of trade bait for Punisher. I love the Punisher. Obviously, the Sega version is the best version of this game, but this is a hard game, but it's a nice one. Pool of Radiance. Twin Cobra. Track and Field 2. Rad Racer. Millipede. So I've always thought the artwork on this was a little crazy, one-eyed creatures with 2 teeth, Trog, but it was a cool game. My absolute favorite game, baseball. This is a fantastic game. When I was a little kid, this and Mario and Zelda were the 3 games we had, so I had a lot of fun playing this when I was growing up. Next game is called The Jackal. Some of these NES titles, like, the artwork's awesome. I really like the artwork on this. Next game is Excite Bike. Gunsmoke, super hard game. I think I've got to level 3, but that was about it after dying a million times. Once you master this game, people swear by this, that this is the greatest game. I just found it was hard. Darkwing Duck. So this was a game that I ended up paying for $15 US for, and the guy didn't charge me any tax, and this was like 2 years back, so this was a phenomenal find for me back then. A super rare game called Scat. It's not super rare, but it is an expensive, pricey game. The next game I have is Rambo. So what I liked about Rambo was he was Sylvester Stallone, and when I was little, I thought I'd be Rambo when I grow up, or Terminator. Those are the two people I looked up to when I was a little kid in terms of movies. VGP. This was bought from VGP, although I buy all my games from VGP. This was bought years ago from another person, and it was $14.99, so great game. Just not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but it's a good one. Ninja Gaiden 1. Ninja Gaiden 2. And GameStop had an exclusive a few years back. I got this on my birthday, and I think I paid like, it was $40 or $49 plus 20% off because it was my birthday. So wow, this is a good game. The only thing about this game that's crazy is the peel is coming off. But it's amazing how Ninja Gaiden has evolved over the years. The next game I have is Punch-Out. And this is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Mike Tyson's a great fighter even till now. Recently had a fight. So this is a game I highly recommend everyone buying. Next game is Burger Time. Galaga. Double Dragon 3. Flying Warriors. Hector. I don't know how to pronounce this. Someone please help me pronounce this. Nightmare on Elm Street. So when I was a child, this game, well, not the game, but this person used to scare the crap out of me. Big loud shout out to my friend Tabu. This is he's an actual real human being. So this is called Tabu, the Sixth Sense. It's a card game. Lucky numbers revealed. It's just one of those games I decided to get a long time ago, just because it was $5, but it's probably worth $4 now. Base Wars. It's a futuristic people, like robotish people that are playing baseball. Great game. Jordan vs. Bird. Who was better? We all know that answer. Let me know in the comments. Friday the 13th. Obviously not as good as Freddy Krueger, but he was a crazy guy. Jason. He'd kill a lot of people. Strider. It's a fun game, hard game, but with this copy I had was the front was cracked, and this is how it's always been for me. But I have played this game a few times. It's a good one. Trojan. Legacy of the Wizard. Chris Tales. Dragon Warrior 2. Oh boy, the story behind this was I got this for pennies to the dollar. It was, I think this game was like $50 back then. I think I paid $5 because I told the guy I only had $5 left and he gave it to me. So that was a game. X-Men, really hard game. If you've passed this, let me know how you pass it. I obviously love this game because it had the original first 6 X-Men. So this is a great game, but it was just really hard. Some of these NES titles, I remember, like, I couldn't pass a lot of them. Spy vs. Spy. Star Force. Everyone has to have this game. Paperboy, it's a very classic game. A really fun game. I don't think I've ever played this game. The Super NES, if you want to let me know if you have any questions on it, I've played a lot of their games and I know a lot of their games, but the NES was more so when I got into collecting. I bought these. Adventure Island. I bought these games, so it's pretty fun. This was a game I rented a long time ago, Bigfoot. It was a pretty cool game for its time. Obviously, there's a lot more better games out there, but if you want to get a game to play, try this game out. Asterix. Wizard and Warriors. That's what I paid for it. Cable. Turbo Racing. The original Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy's come a long, long way. But this Final Fantasy was where it started at. The first RPG game of the Final Fantasy series is right here. It's not as great as 7, 3, 4, or all those other ones. But if you want to see the history of Final Fantasy, start off with this game. A game of absolutely a stellar of a game, rare but hard to pass. Mega Man 6, Mega Man 3, Back to the Future 2 and 3, and the last stack of games are Pac-Man, Tengen, Air Fortress, Bubble Bubble, Hogan's Alley, Anticipation. Boy, look at that hairstyle of those people in the 90s. Before, so COVID time, my hair's kind of been like this guy right here. Kind of all over, kind of crazy. Because I don't have a barber right now. Because everything in Toronto is closed. Kid Cool. And the Quest of the 7 Wonders of the Herbs. Knight Rider. My first game I ever found at a thrift shop in America was Ring King. And that's what I paid for it, $1.99. This is probably the best Ninja Turtle game. I thought it's challenging, but it's really fun. And then we've got Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, which is just as good. And an absolutely hard game to pass. If you've passed this, let me know how you pass this. Ninja Turtles. Contra Super C. Contra. Castlevania, Dracula's Curse. Simon's Quest, Castlevania. The other Castlevania. Captain Skyhawk. And here are a little bit more pricier games. I don't have many. Mighty Final Fight. Battletoads Double Dragon. Gargoyle's Quest 2. And for my box games, not many. First game is Dragon Warriors. Next game is Bad Dudes. These are all box incomplete. Mega Man 2. I bought a stack of games, and this was the only game at a yard sale that came in box. Pretty rough shape, but I paid $25 for this, the system, and 8 games, so this was one of my best deals. Metal Gear Solid. Micro Machines. And the last game out of them is Battletoads. So like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully I do find some video games out there, but they're really tough to come across. And COVID's been quite tough. This is a scan of the games room. So COVID's been quite tough. I haven't really found anything. People who have things are very limited. Everyone's just hanging on to their games. So let me know in the comments if that's happened to you as well, that you haven't been able to find games. Until next time, we'll see you then.